my horror night.
Good evening and welcome to the Last Video Store. I'm your host, Bud Haddonfield, and on today's episode, I would like to do my personal rankings of the Child's Play franchise. 8 movies. I'm not going to be counting the TV show, even though the TV show is pretty good, and if you don't like my pick, that's just the way it goes. Alright, so my dead last pick for the Child's Play movie has to be Seed of Chucky. I never cared for this movie. I remember when it first came out, I believe 2004. I was excited because 1998 was when we got Bride of Chucky. Chucky has been dead for several years, and when they came out with the trailers and whatnot, I was excited to see it. And man, did it piss me off. I remember renting this from Blockbuster, and I'm like, what in the absolute horse crap is this? Evan, what do you think about Seed of Chucky?
It sucked.
It sucked?
Yeah.
Yeah? It sucked. Alright, so the number 7 pick is going to be Cult of Chucky. I believe this came out in 2017, and I didn't care for the one that came out before this one, Curse of Chucky. And I'd read some of the reviews that it was going to be good, it was going to be better, and it adapted one of the ideas I believe it had for Child's Play 3 or Child's Play 2. It was going to have multiple Chuckies at one time. And I did not like this movie either. It's not the worst in the bunch, obviously, but it could have been better. I liked how Alex Vincent was the original actor who played Andy Barclay. I like how he came back, and at the very end we had Kyle's character come back. It was just too bizarre, and I don't believe all the people in the insane asylum or hospital deserved all the mean-spirited deaths they got. So Evan, how do you feel about Cult of Chucky?
I kind of liked it. It was my 5th favorite movie.
Yeah?
Hate it.
I've listened to yeah.
So yeah.
That's cool. What was your favorite kill in Cult of Chucky?
I don't know.
Okay.
Right when all 3 of the Chucky killed that one dude who worked at all 3 of them.
You talking about the little dude who didn't know who he was, Malcolm?
Not Malcolm.
What, Malcolm? Malcolm, he didn't know who he was. He thought he was Chucky.
No, that one dude who worked there, that one like black dude, who
You talking about the orderly that had the white suit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving along to my number 6 spot, and if you haven't guessed it, it's going to be Curse of Chucky. This one came out 2013. It was the last movie. Well, it was the first movie we got since Seed of Chucky 2004, so almost 10 years. I had read online that it was supposed to be a direct sequel to, I believe, part 3, but that ended up being a whole load of horse shit. Because halfway through the movie you find out that he has his little stitches and whatnot, and Jennifer Tilly shows up. Now, it was cool to see Fiona Dorff, who's the actress, the daughter of Brad Dorff, who does the voice of Chucky, and if I'm saying that last name wrong, I apologize. But she did really good in it. It was a cool, creepy atmosphere, but just, Chucky didn't look so good to me. And it could have been a whole lot better with all the time that has passed, and I think they could have did a better job with it. I'm not completely crapping on the movie. Like, it wasn't a bad movie at all. It's holding the spot right now for my number 6. Evan, how do you feel about Curse of Chucky?
It sucks.
It sucks?
I hate it.
You got a special kill?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. No. Alright, so this might be unpopular opinion, but my number 5th spot, and is a movie that I actually enjoyed, was the remake, Child's Play. I remember going to see this in theaters. I was excited for it. I know horror remakes ain't always that good, and you can either go one of 2 paths. You can try to do the exact same thing as the one before, or you can go to a different path and try to make it your own. And I think this one, it did good going a different path. We had Mark Hamill. We had some of the original characters, not actors, but the characters from the original movie was portrayed by different actors and whatnot. And I thought it was a cool little story. It was pretty much the exact same thing as, Megan? When Megan came out a couple years later. So it was cool that Chucky got to control all the different electronics and whatnot. And overall, I think it was cool. It's not like a killer trapped inside of a body. It's just an evil animatronic and whatnot. And how far can evil go with technology? So I actually dug this movie. In my number 5th spot, the remake, Child's Play. And I think this was 2019. 2019, Child's Play. So Evan, how did you feel about the remake of Child's Play?
I didn't like it because Chucky just looked all different. I did not like when the cat got killed. I was pissed.
Yeah, it's always bad when animals get killed in movies. But what about the dude? They got his face carved off.
Not pretty good.
Yeah. What about the little perverted dude that was in the basement?
I remember that.
Remember he fell on the saw and got all cut up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So moving along to part 4, Child's Play 3 came out in 1991, and 7 years later, Bride of Chucky, 1998. It was very cool. Universal has been owning the franchise since, I believe, part 2. And this was a very, very decent story. It was cool to reinvent Chucky and whatnot, to give him a love interest, pretty much a Bride of Frankenstein ordeal. But they had some really cool kills. You had John Ritter in here, Jennifer Tilly, who's always good in everything, Katherine Heigl, who I really don't care for too much. You got Alexis Arquette, and just some recognizable face. I believe Kathy Nugent, Peggy Hill, she has a small part as a maid. So definitely a lot of cool kills. The animatronics look really good, and it's pretty much enjoyable. Evan, Bride of Chucky?
I liked it. It used to be my favorite, but not now. It's I still like it. It's pretty good. It's weird how Chucky's hair is all weird and stuff. But yeah.
It is all weird. It opens up with Rob Zombie, which is always a good time. So Chucky gets lucky. All right, so my last 3 picks, the original 3 Child's Play movies, just hold so much near and dear to my heart. I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. The Child's Play movie was everywhere. Video stores, television. It was always playing on like USA and Sci-Fi and whatnot. All the kids on the playground was talking about Chucky. Not everybody got to see him, but in the Haddonfield house, Bud got to watch everything he wanted pretty much. So, yeah, that's either a cool thing or a very sad thing. So, with that, my number 3 pick is going to be Child's Play 2. I really like this movie. I remember the trailer when it first came out. You get the Jack in the Box pop up. Chucky comes behind with the scissors right here. This one came out in 1990, so 2 years after the original. Unfortunately, Tom Holland did not come back to this movie. Neither did Chris Sarandon and the actress who played the mom, Catherine something. I can't think of her name offhand. I believe she was doing Seventh Heaven at this time. But very awesome, enjoyable film. Lots of cool kills. Alex Vincent comes back to reprise his role as a little bit older. You get Beef and Bud from Chud 2, Bud the Chud. Garrett Graham, I believe his name is. So very cool, recognizable faces again. We get the little teacher who gets beat with the ruler. Very naughty Miss Kettlewell. I think Miss Kettlewell was her name. But yeah, Child's Play 2, great, awesome, amazing film. Evan, how do you feel about Child's Play 2?
It's my favorite Child Play movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite kills from it?
I guess it's the one where that dude in the doll manufacturing gets like an eye stabbed in by the...
At the very end when it goes...
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Why did he move?
Huh?
Why did he just...
His head got stuck in the thing.
Oh.
Because remember, he fell back into it and his head got caught up in it. And we get Laura Palmer's mom, who is the lady who operates the orphanage. And the foster mom is from American Werewolf in London, which is one of my favorite movies. So, yeah, good times. All right, my number 2 pick. So, Child's Play 2 and 3 came out like within a year from each other. Part 2 was in 1990. This one was rushed into production in 1991, came out. A lot of people shit on this movie. For some reason, Rotten Tomatoes has a very large... All right, let's just say Rotten Tomatoes has a issue with this film right here. But I loved it. I thought it was fun. We get an older Andy. I believe 8 years have passed, which makes Andy about 16 years old, because I believe he was 8 in part 2. He's at a military camp, which is a cool little premise and whatnot of itself. We get the death of the guy who owns the company. I can't think of his name offhand, but he gets killed at the opening kill at the very beginning. We get the dude with his trash truck. We get Andrew Robinson as the Sergeant Barber, gets his throat slit. So really dug this movie. And the ending with the little spook house, always so cool. How do you feel about Child's Play 3?
I liked it. It was pretty good. I like how Andy was in a military camp.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Military school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why Chucky's cheeks were so big in that one.
I don't know. A different doll. And all these movies, too, have different ways that Chucky came back. Like, I believe in part 2, just because they used the original skull of Chucky, he was able to come back. This one, when they're cleaning up the factory from part 2, some blood gets into the rubber mix or whatever the hell it is, able to bring him back. Obviously, Tiffany does the voodoo and whatnot for the 4th one. And it is just a free-for-all in them later sequels. But yeah, Child's Play 3, I feel like it had a lot cooler kills over part 2. So that's one of the reasons why I go with it. And it's a cool premise. It takes Chucky from hiding in a house to now he's hiding in a military camp, and now he has a new kid that he's going after. So number 2 pick, Child's Play 3.
I think it's my favorite kill.
what's your favorite kill?
When Chucky uses the heat tracking bullets when he kills.
There was no heat tracking bullets.
The bullets that tracked the people when it stabbed them and I shot them.
That was just bullets.
Ooh. No, it was like bullets that tracked people when it hit them.
I'm pretty sure there was not heat tracking bullets.
It was like something that tracked a lot of people.
All right, and to my number 1 favorite Child's Play movie, it is going to be the original 1988's Tom Holland classic, Child's Play. Sorry about the glare. Tom Holland, always enjoyed his other movies. He did Psycho 2. He had worked on the script. He wrote the script in 1983. He did Fright Night in 1985. I absolutely love that movie. He didn't come back to part 2 because he was busy making Child's Play, him and both Chris Sarandon. It's just, this movie's great. You don't know if Andy's just an unhinged child or if Chucky's soul is actually inside the doll. A lot of fake outs and whatnot, because you never know, it could be either or. And it's when she finds the batteries and it's like, oh shit, this doll is real, and it's running around, and it's just an awesome movie. I watched this movie so much as a kid. I had it on VHS back in the day. There's just not much I can say about it. Like, there's no negativity, especially for the first 3, but even just this one. This one's just such an awesome classic movie. Evan, how do you feel about the original?
I liked it. It was pretty good. It was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah? Would it be your number 2 favorite?
No, it was like my number 3.
Number 3? Okay. So, Child's Play. So thank you for tuning in to my rankings of the Child's Play series, Child's Play franchise, my personal opinion. I definitely want to hear yours, so put in the comments, rank them for me. So I always like to compare and contrast, and I always respect your opinion, so I really hope you respect mine. But Child's Play was just such a great movie franchise. Don Mancini, who had worked on it from the very beginning, and now he's even working on the TV show. He had stuck with it, worked on every bit of it except for the 2019 remake. It's just overall really good. We got a lot of killer doll movies from it. A lot of rip-offs like Dolly Dearest and whatnot. So very, very fun franchise. Don't fuck with the Chuck. Yeah, so exactly. But thank you for tuning in. I'm Bud Haddonfield. This is Evan Haddonfield. He's Chucky. Want to play? Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next episode.
Terminated Michael Myers are the heroes of my past. Now the media and he's lying. Chucky and the zombies now Olympus cemetery. So bring me back, girls. I wanna come back to those times when all movies were so scary.